Good evening everyone, welcome to another video answer video where there could be a question that somebody might ask you in the interview saying that considering conditional access policy, basically what are the top 3 conditional access policy you would consider from day 1 and what is the license requirement for that. So top 3 conditional access policy, I am writing cap, and what is the license requirement for that. License requirement for that. So that could be a question. Okay, now how do you answer this question? So your top 3 conditional access policy, when you consider day 1, requires P1 license. So your answer should be minimum P1 license is required. Now what all conditional access policies? So my first policy will be a foundational policy. So first policy will be foundational. Foundational policy. Okay, my first policy will be foundational policy. What is foundational policy? That means every user and every sign in required MFA. So that is the foundational policy. Every user and every sign in required what? MFA. Okay, so that is my foundational policy, one of my foundational policy. Then how to apply that? You have to go to create conditional access policy, add all users and exclude the Regulus account and admin account. Then the question might come, if you are excluding admin account, then how you will make sure that those admin accounts are secure, because you are excluding from MFA. Then it comes to your policy number 2, which is again a mandatory policy. Policy number 2. What policy number 2 says? That admin must have phishing resistance MFA. So let me write it. It must have, admin must have phishing resistance policy. Okay, now so how do you give this admin must have phishing resistance MFA? So there are 2 ways to achieve this. One is by using hardware key. So you can give a hardware key which is your UB key, right? So UB key. And there is another way of doing that, is your passkey on smartphone. So passkey on a smartphone. Okay, so this is the second policy. Now what is the third policy? Third policy could be your device compliance policy. So let me write it down. Device compliance policy. So this will be your third policy, device compliance policy. So device compliance policy must be set for the all users. Okay, so that means that device must be in tune and must be compliant. So it must be in tune and must be compliant. Okay, so there will be in tune policies and all those things. I am not going into that detail. Okay, But these are the three conditional access policy that you need from day one. If you have been asked in any interview, you have to say it in this sequence, or maybe other sequence you can follow, but these are the three conditional access policies uh, that should be implemented from day one. Later on you can add more conditional access policy based on your organization need and other things. Okay. Now along with this, there could be another question that will come. If you required P1 license, then I am giving security, better security. So why do I need P2 license in that case? So top 3 feature to get P2 license is basically, so let me write it down. P2 license, top 3 feature is PM gives JIT access. So that is a privilege identity management. This is a feature PIM which gives just in time access, just in time access, which is a feature. Like in PIM you can set if a admin required access for, let's say, 4 hours, 2 hours or 8 hours. I think maximum is 8 hours. So between like let's say 1 to 8 hours, your admin can get a request for any admin activities, and based on that they can do their admin level activities. So this is again one of the P2 feature. Okay. Then next feature is your identity protection. Okay, so identity protection you will not get in your P1 license. That is giving all the risk related details. Like, as you know, Microsoft is doing. Microsoft is actually giving a feature. They are basically constantly monitoring your identities. Okay, internal job which is constantly monitoring your identity, and when they are monitoring the identity, they can find out whether a risky sign in, risky user, all those things. So what is risky sign in, risky user, that we will cover in a next, maybe another question answer session. But this is what your identity protection gives. So identity protection. Okay, this is another feature P2 license gives. Okay, the third feature that P2 license gives is risk based conditional access policy. What does it mean by risk based conditional access policy? That is dynamically risk detection. Okay, so I'll write risk based conditional access policy. Okay, so these are the three P2 features that has been P2. There are other features, but these are the top 3 features. If any interviewer asks, then you can answer it like this way. Hope this video is helpful. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.